Hi lovelies, I'm SJ, this is Infinite Fire Readings, and this is where you can come to get all of your manifestation assistance inquiries and guidance. That's what I do here on this channel. I am currently, as you can probably tell, in the process of relocating, hence everything is sort of packed away or slowly looking a little bit less less stuff up in the place. So I've actually got a video that I found from a previous time, maybe about 3 or 4 months ago, that I recorded. I never finished editing it at the time, though I have finished editing it now. I think it's really, really good and relevant for anyone who is perhaps struggling with rejection or wants to know how to overcome this with manifestation. So this is my take on it. This is my bit for you. And yeah, have an absolutely wonderful space time as usual. And here's the video. See you there. Hello amazing manifestors, I'm SJ and this is Infinite Fire Readings. Today's video that I want to talk about is the concept of how to deal with rejection. This video in particular is going to be resonating with anyone who has a fear of rejection, though who really wants to manifest love into their reality. I've spoken to a few clients lately where rejection is one of the main things that prevents them from having the desire that they want. And it is usually SP focused in this particular instance. So it's not only how to deal with rejection, but how to deal with rejection from the concept of a specific person point of view. When we have a fear of rejection and we set ourselves up so that we avoid that rejection in some way, shape or form, or at all costs, what we're actually doing is by implementing all of these walls and strategies so that the person that we want can't actually reject us, we are in turn rejecting ourselves. We're rejecting ourselves and what we want before they can reject us. The fear of rejection is actually already creating the rejection. Though because the fear of rejection is running the show, the person with that fear is automatically doing the rejecting for everyone so that the SP cannot do the rejecting. By rejecting themselves of their true desire, it makes sure that they cannot be rejected from the outer. This cycle is not helpful with being accepted by SP. And SP can be romantic, friendship, job interviewee, doesn't matter. Though having that fear of rejection and putting up barriers, things, and strategies in place so that you can't be rejected is rejecting yourself. If I have a fear of rejection, there is a belief that by setting up obstacles, barriers, situations where I cannot be rejected, I am protected. However, I've actually just rejected myself. I've rejected myself of the thing that I desire because I'm so afraid it will reject me. So in order to prevent that, I've already rejected it by making sure that that cannot happen. In order to be accepted by someone, we have to allow them to accept us. We have to be open and vulnerable to an extent to allow that connection to occur. I'm not saying to dive in blindly into situations. I believe it's 1,000% healthy to have personal boundaries and hold true to those. That's not rejection though. Rejection is if I have my personal boundaries, however I want this thing, though I'm so afraid of getting hurt that I set up situations or avoid it or don't go for it because I don't want the rejection more than I want the thing. When you have a desire and you have a fear of rejection around that desire, and the fear of rejection outweighs the want for the desire, the fear of rejection is going to win every time. You have to put the desire as being more important than being rejected in order to have it come into your reality. A way to overcome fear of rejection is to actually look at the visuals of what would happen if you did get rejected. Say for instance, I go towards a specific person and they do reject me. Worst case scenario, I might be really upset. I might be pretty down for a bit, curl into a ball, be in my shell for a while, cry a little bit if it really upset me, feel a bit crappy for a few weeks. What then? Well, life goes on, so at some point I'm going to have to start turning myself around. unless I want to stay miserable forever. So I'm going to continue doing what I was doing before all of it happened, because I clearly have a life outside of this specific person. At some point, I'm going to laugh at something again if I haven't been laughing. And other good events are going to start to unfold again as I lift up my own energy. As you can see, being rejected is not the be-all end-all. In fact, I might reflect on that situation and learn from it. A fear of rejection is linked to a fear of lack. When we feel the pain of a rejection, we are affirming that we are lacking love because that individual did not give us what we were seeking from them. Though firstly, we have to fill our own well, and secondly, there are so many other people that exist in this current time space that can provide us with what we want and need. And if you don't believe that, that is a fundamental affirmation that you might want to look at, because it may not serve you. If you have any kinds of beliefs like, well, it's hard to find a good partner, it's hard to get this, it's hard to get that, it's actually really hard to change the situation. And if I'm saying this to you and you're thinking, well, it's true though, I'm telling you right now, these are all beliefs that you are holding on to that do not serve you. If you look at your whole life and look at the incidences and memories that you have from your entire life that reflect those beliefs as true, I would be pretty confident in saying that it's only a few incidences in the big spectrum of your entire physical existence as who you are now, where those things occurred and therefore were made a fact. Even if you've been rejected 100 times, that's still 100 times in the entirety of your existence, which is many, many years by this point if you're watching my video, where there have been plenty of moments that you haven't been rejected. Did your bed reject you when you slept in it last night? Did the air reject you when you breathed this morning? Were you unable to wake up this morning and watch this video right now? Did you get rejected in that way? No. Rejection is a state of mind, and it's being created through specifically selecting instances and making them mean, I am rejected, I am not accepted. And if you look back at the instances where that has been the case, if you were to reverse engineer it and trust that your thoughts are actually creating that, is that really a belief system that you want to hold about reality? Wouldn't you prefer to hold a belief system that favors you, that says that you are accepted, that you are loved, that it's easy to love, that it's easy to get love in your life? I accept myself greatly, and I've had a lot of love in my life. If you want to come out of a place of always being rejected, you have to start affirming that you are accepted. Whether or not you believe it now, understand that the mind has to be exercised. It's another muscle. If you want to change your consciousness, you have to proactively change your thinking. No matter how true it seems to be in your reality, it will continue to be that way as long as you hold on to that belief that rejection is inevitable and you have to protect yourself so that it doesn't occur. I assure you, you're manifesting rejection by doing that because you're already rejecting yourself. You have to start accepting your desires and accepting that if someone declines you, it is not a reflection on your value. It never was and it never will be. Each person has individual autonomy and individual free will, and if they have rejected you for whatever reason or not come to meet you in the middle, it could be something completely aside from you that's causing them to have that response. You can't take responsibility for their response. You can only take responsibility for how you respond to their response. With everyone as you pushed out again, you're not changing them, you're changing your view of them. If I get rejected by someone, something, some situation, I can affirm that it means I'm not valuable, not good enough, and indulge in the pain of that. Cancel. Or I can affirm it's nothing to do with me, it's not a reflection on me. They can't see the value I provide, or perhaps there's something else going on in their world right now where they're not able to match the value that I seek. Thank you for the clarity around that. I know that I don't need to feel invaluable or make it mean anything like that, because it doesn't mean that. It's never meant that. In fact, it's so valuable that I want to find love. It's so valuable that I want to connect and have a genuine, harmonious, and beautiful relationship. That is precious. That is beautiful. And if someone can't meet me there, if they can't see the connection that could be established, or they can't feel the love that I am presenting to them, that is not my loss. That is them simply just not being in the place that I am in and I am ready for. If I'm holding a view that rejection means that I'm not good enough, or I can't do it, or I'm not capable, and therefore putting up those walls so it can't happen again, all those walls are stemming from, and the reason I'm avoiding the rejection is because I don't want to have the thought anymore that I'm not good enough, or not able, or not worthy enough of love. Of course I'm worthy of love. Of course I'm capable of having love. I accept myself. I accept the love that I have to offer. And I accept that if someone doesn't meet me at that place, it's not a reflection of me as long as I am happy with who I am. It's a reflection of where they are at in their own journey. And I respect that. I acknowledge that it's actually wonderful that they declined, because they saved me a lot of time and effort trying to invest in something when really there's something else that I can invest in that's absolutely going to fill the needs that I seek out. I accept that I am good enough. I accept that I am worthy of love. And I accept that if someone else isn't meeting me at the place I want them to meet me at, it's not to do with that. It's not to do with that aspect of myself. It's to do with them not being ready for what I am ready for. That's all. And there is a situation, an SP, a person out there that is and will be ready for what I am ready for. I accept myself, I accept I'm good enough for love, I accept I'm capable of love, and I accept that it is in my life right now, and I love myself. These are antidotes to rejection, and I highly encourage you to implement and affirm self-love every day, because you will be unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you being here, and I love doing these videos for you. If you'd like to join in a community of like-minded manifestors, feel free to come and join in my free Facebook group below. We're all at different and varying levels of our own manifestation journey, and we're there to support each other as a community in manifesting what our dream desires are. And that's it for today. Have an absolutely wonderful space time. Love, light, and blessings as always. Like, subscribe to join in the family here, and I'll catch you in your next video. Bye!